Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. So good you're here with us this morning. Got a big show lined up. I know a lot of y'all are sitting back drinking that coffee. Some of y'all are rushing around getting ready for work. But irregardless, we're glad you're getting to watch our show. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today 66, low 57. But listen to this, water temperature has gone up one more degree. It is 68 degrees in the end of January, 68 degrees. I don't know if that's some kind of record, but since I've been doing the show, it hadn't really been that hot at this time of year. It really hasn't. Now, let's take a look at our river readings. River readings brought to us by Sandhill Seafood. And a lot of compliments on Wayne Rosales coming on the show yesterday. And a lot of folks emailed me and told me how much they enjoyed it. So thank you. Now, the Apalachicola River, folks, they're both rivers just going sky high. Apalachicola is going to be right at 20, and we'll give you more detail after all that rain settles in. It'll be another reading tomorrow. It's going to be up at 20. And the Choctawhatchee is going on up. Right now it's at 13, and it's going up. So we all know what's happened over the weekend, and finally the wind is about to slow down. But man, it is really, y'all, I know a lot of y'all had a lot of limbs and a lot of bad weather, but all of us did. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. I am working on that chart. I promised I checked on it yesterday, and I hope to get it today. Okay. Low at 450 this morning, high at 538. All right, I didn't realize these little things I did were so important, but y'all let me know, and I appreciate it. Marine forecast, only today now, it's going to start dropping down to only 6 to 8 miles per hour. Still coming out of northwest, but it's going to sort of drop down a little bit. All right, we'll take our break. One thing, now, we got some cold weather coming. I'm looking at future forecasts from starting about Thursday morning all the way through the weekend on through to the next Monday or Tuesday, a week from now. Those 4 or 5 days, it's going to be a low of about 40 to 41 degrees. So it's going to be a good weekend to get outdoors and do some good things in outdoors. So let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to read this short little news flash that came in. And I don't read a lot of this stuff, but this one I want to share it with you because it's funny. It's for all you folks like me. Got kin folks up in Alabama, and this up in North Alabama. Okay, so this is in Athens, Alabama. There's a little story that happened. It's on Associated Press, so I can give the names and everything. AP on the wire. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to get tickled at this. I just busted out laughing when I read it. Searchers spent time looking for a missing hunter. That's why it refers to outdoor people like us. For a missing hunter in North Alabama until officers realized he was actually in jail. Relatives of 50-year-old Randy Keith Holt of Hartselle reported the man missing Monday afternoon after he failed to return from a hunting trip. Holt didn't have a cell phone with him, so no one could contact him or track him. The Limestone County Sheriff's Office, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, firefighters, dog handlers, helicopters, and all joined in the search. But officers realized Holt was in the Limestone County Jail once they heard his last name. He had been arrested for public intoxication near the search site before the manhunt began. Authorities say relatives of the man didn't realize he was in custody. So that's the true story. Happened right there the other day. Okay. Now let's move on. We got some pictures. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. Redfish. This is Michael Wicker. Actually, Michael sent it. I taught Michael, but his son Alec. I taught Alec also. It looked like Alec learned a little bit better than Michael because look at that nice redfish he had for supper. Okay. Now, Tom Gurley. This was a few years ago on the Panama City Beach Pier. Now, is that gorgeous? I'm sorry, it's a county pier. Okay. And then we got Jennifer Leonard Nice Wonder with a very nice 8-point. Good one, Jennifer, up there, down there in Weewall. Ken Paramore sent some good pictures here of the, what Ken does, he sets the camera and leaves a carcass out there from one of the deer they clean. And this is some of the pictures that he gets. Look at those eagles there. And the eagles galore on the carcass. Great pictures of the eagles. Look at that one out there. All right, thank you, Ken Paramore. Carson Pope, he and Tyler McKay went fishing, and I asked Carson who caught the most, and he said it was about 50-50, but I believe Tyler caught most of them. But those boys can really fish good. Pam Peterson Kelly, husband Junior. You see what they're learning. This is this time of the year now. The mama bear is teaching the baby bear how to shake that pole and get that corn out. I mean, that's really what's going on right there. And that's happening all over the Panhandle. Kyle Pridgeon with a nice bass. Kyle is a good bass fisherman, always got a big smile on his face and does a good job bass fishing. And old Dustin Finch, he's passed several of them up. He said he couldn't pass this one up right there. Dustin Finch. Good one, Dustin. And that's going to be, I do have one more. This is down in the Everglades, but I thought you'd appreciate it because this is on a skiff. We talked about these pythons, okay? Look at that python right there. They were able to take it out of the Everglades as long as a boat. We talked about pythons. We've had pictures of them on the show, and you don't want that one to fall out of a tree on top of you. So they got that one out of there. Good one right there. I do want to mention, we're right in the middle of the deer rut right now, and I don't know about you, but I love hunting before a storm and after a storm, and we certainly had the storms this past weekend. But Saturday morning, Friday, I was tentative about going Saturday morning, and I know some of y'all were too, but doggone it, I said, I'm going to go and just, with the cell phone, we can find the weather and all, so I went up Saturday morning before the storm, and I saw some deer, saw that nice little 5 or 6 point. I keep passing up, and he's going to keep on aggravating me before I might shoot him, but anyway, right, a couple of hours before rain didn't hit my place at about 10:30, and I saw it coming, so I was able to get down our tree stand and get to the truck about when the rain started. So I was fortunate with that. But if you'll notice before the storm how everything's sort of, the birds are flying, the deer are walking, everything's sort of so active. They have this sense in themselves that the storm is coming. And on the flip side, when the storm is over, it's a great time to get back out in the woods. I know y'all do this. I wasn't able to do it this past weekend when the storm ended, but I did at my house. I saw, the birds started coming to the feeder. When the storm, it didn't calm down, but when the rain ended, the wind kept blowing. It had a little lull. Every time there was a lull, those birds just whoom right on the feeder. Those squirrels just hopping around. So, they play the weather too, and they hunker down in that bad weather. But once that weather's over, or right before it gets there, they're moving around. So my tip of the day, make sure that if you can get out there before the storm, or don't take a risk on anything, because if you're in a tree stand and all the high wind we had this past weekend and all, you're in danger. So don't do that. But also know that's a lot of activity going on. And also on the water, I had some pictures of a guy saying, I didn't show him a while ago, but Saturday morning before the storm, he said a speckled trout was red hot up there in North Bay. So keep that in mind before storm and after storm, getting in the outdoors. All right, let's take this quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. One of the things in the show I enjoy is just the feedback from I get from all the viewers and all. And one of my constant critics has been one of my very best friends, a guy named Captain Scott Lindsay. I brought his name up numerous times here on the show. And I've been doing the show 10 years, and he writes the article for the outdoor article for the News Herald. And a lot of times I've quoted it and talked about it. And Scott and I talk on a regular basis. He's my biggest critique. He'll tell me if it's a good show. He'll tell me if it's a bad show, and I'll tell him if it's a good article or a bad article. But Scott was an excellent writer. It takes a gift to communicate in outdoors, and he's had that gift over the years, and he's always talked about real people like us and doing real things. He always flashed back into history and talk about what's coming up and all. I've just thoroughly enjoyed it. Panama City News Herald having Scott Lindsay do an outdoor article. But he just did his worst article on Sunday morning. I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to show it to you right here, because this article right here, shortest article he's ever done, and the worst article he's ever done, because that's his last article. Scott is having some health problems, and he's just not able to continue as far as writing the outdoor article, and he is sorely going to be missed. I have a special appreciation. Well, it goes way back to my high school years, and journalism has always been special to me. I was on our newspaper staff and our annual staff, and I was an old football player, but my teacher, I just loved her, and she gave us an appreciation for true journalism, not like today, but and I've always, wherever I've been, I've always picked up a newspaper and read magazines, and I can remember my dad with a 6th grade education. As a little kid, I remember one of my memories of my dad. Every day when he got home from work and ate supper, he sat down and read the paper, cover to cover. And that's one of I still read the paper cover to cover. And it's not as big as it used to be, but Scott's articles were always so timely, and so true and all. And I even Scott was so helpful to me also when I did my book Full Box. In fact, he would sub for Red Holland, would take trips and all, and Scott would step in there and sub for him. And Scott had me on the show a couple of times when I was doing the book. I would ask for people's input and all, and a lot of people called me from that show. And I asked Scott. In fact, he did the forward to my book right here. He did the Crossing the Bar. I asked him to do the forward to Full Box. So we've been good friends for many years, and we're going to miss his article. I want to just thank you, Scott, for doing the article and keeping us informed on outdoors. And it's special. I'm a member of the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association, and there's people in journalism throughout the Southeast, and good quality people that have this gift of communicating outdoors. And it's just fun being around them. And Scott was one of those. And Scott's going to be sorely missed. I hope the newspaper could find someone to do it. They won't be able to fill his shoes, but I hope they can just find someone to keep the outdoor article going, because here in the Panhandle, outdoors is just a big deal, okay? And I think y'all know that. So long for now on the article. I told him it's the worst article he's done. It's a funny article too, talking about the Ringham, the circus after 100-something years of going out of business too. So Scott, wish you better health and hope you get along better, and we'll stay in contact with you. I know you'll still keep aggravating me on how bad my show is, but thank you, Scott Lindsay. All right, now let's move on. Got this video coming up. This is we got back-to-back videos. I was on the University of Florida bass team yesterday. That I'm going to tell you more about that, because now they think they found something that happened mechanically. I'm going to talk about that next day or two. Now this one is local. I say local because it goes up there in South Alabama, Headland, Alabama. This little boy up there, he catches this big bass, and I want you to just the excitement he displays on catching that bass is just genuine. And we get this. Gail was up there in Dothan with her sister and all, and Charlie Platt has a show. A guy named Charlie Platt does a live morning show up there. I've been on his show with my book and all. He does a really good live show, and he'll show different things and all. It's not an outdoor show, but he will show some outdoor things. And he showed this because the local people sent it to him. So we asked permission to show it. So we got permission to show it. And this is up there in Headland. I want you to watch it. This little boy catches this bass out of a kayak. So I think you'll enjoy it. All right, Jeff, let's go and roll it.
Got this custom-made buzz bait right here. Give it a try. It's chocolate milk colored water. I'm gonna try it, see how the action is. Never before tried.
That is a 10-pounder for sure. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh, somebody come here. Oh my God. Somebody come here, please. Woo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, it's like, I'm not even joking, a 10-pounder. Oh. Oh.
It just happened. Oh my gosh, that is a toad. On the dang custom buzz bait right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. Thank you, Mr. David Livingston, right there. Hooked him. Perfect. Couldn't have been a better hook right there in him. Oh my gosh. Oh my. That was a big fish. Oh my gosh. Man, he's not long, but look at his bucket mouth. Holy crap. Look at that bucket mouth. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh my god, this thing's so fat. I thought it was a carp. I literally thought it was a carp when it ate. Holy crap. Oh, that hook's in him good. He wasn't going nowhere. Oh my god, you talking about a dang bucket mouth. Oh my god, I'm shaking. He actually longer than I thought he was. Oh my god, I'm shaking. Oh my. Oh. Look at that right there. Oh my goodness.
Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. The little boy's name, I got it right here, Sheldon Grace. Okay, Sheldon Grace, and he did let it go. Now he did, you know, you're not supposed to hold them vertically, you need to hold them horizontal, but you know he's too excited, and bass was released healthy, he took off, so I think the bass going to be okay. That was a 10-pounder, it's a 10-pounder. You say it over and over again, so that's just genuine raw emotion catching a big fish. And I thank you, Charlie Platt, for letting us show that on there. Okay, now let's move on. Let's do a fishing game times right now, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 9:11 to 11:11. Man, that's a good time. 9:35 to 11:35. And I want to say again, the middle of the day or middle of the mornings, there's just some these big bucks are going to be taken now. I'm getting all kinds of reports about they're just moving all different times, and I know that, and I know some of you veteran hunters know that. So be aware of it. Now let's add some names to our pickle jar. They're coming in on a regular basis. How about Greg Frady from Alford? Okay, Matthew Miller from Lynn Haven. Mark Miller, Lynn Haven. Linda Miller, Lynn Haven. And Wilbur Miller, Lynn Haven. Okay, that's a Miller family. Now, out of Bayou, Georgia, I have Mark Thompson. I got Tina Sanford Rutherford from Deer Point Lake. Good morning, Tina. From Overstreet, Jep Sasser. I'm going to read the note that his granddaughter sent. Jep Sasser from Overstreet. Thank you for watching, Jep. Stacy Hartzog Chipley, Jolie Hartzog Chipley, and Tristan Hartzog Chipley. Got them scattered all over the place. So y'all continue to send these in. We're going to, I think this year, we're going to probably end up giving away more stuff than we've ever given away. I got some things coming up, and on Friday we've added 2 half bags of oysters, and again that's going to be dependent upon the weather. Like this week, East Bay, North Bay closed automatically, and that Pensacola Bay is day to day. So sometimes those oysters we may have to just change plans on that. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to give away stuff all during the year. So we're going to, if you haven't registered, I encourage you to register. Okay. Now, I want a couple of things. I got to real quick say, I got a call from a viewer yesterday, and he was a little upset, but what happened, one of the teenage kids in the neighborhood that he knew well got a ticket for not having a life jacket and he was in a kayak and up in Holmes County. I don't know, a little creek up there somewhere. I don't know if it was Holmes Creek, but when he came back, he didn't have a life jacket. I know, a well-mannered kid. I know from what our viewer said, he was a good kid. He just didn't have a ticket. And so that, you know, you gotta be aware of that. You gotta have a ticket on, even if you're in a little small. You gotta have a life jacket, even if you're in a small creek or something. You gotta have those life jackets. And also the other one, it was an experience I had last Friday morning. I was up there around close to Mosley and going down to Minnesota, which is a speed trap, by the way. And I saw this car pull over. I said, they caught these teenagers flying up there to school. I drive by, there's two older couple. I knew them well. They're from our church, and they were being pulled. And what had happened? She was driving. Her husband has Parkinson's, and she was driving, and she was going a little fast there in that area. And she was getting a ticket, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" So I asked her what happened, and she said she was going a little too fast. But the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, and most people go 30-something. And so, what I say, those two incidents right there, that's two innocent, normally good people. Teenagers seem like well respected, yes or no, sir. And here's a couple from our church, and, you know, good people and all, and just made a. If you make a mistake, you can get a ticket. So it could be outdoors, it could be on the street. So be aware of that. A lot of times these officers will come in with a warning and all, but they don't have to do that. That's just them being nice about it. Sometimes they're not gonna be nice about it. So be aware of that. And I catch myself all the time going, especially the 25 zone. But on life jackets, always carry a life jacket. It's like putting on that seatbelt. It's automatic. You get in a boat, you know you got a life jacket. You get in your seat, that seatbelt's going on. And another thing real quick, I don't have time to get into it. It's amazing at the texting that's going on while people are driving. It's amazing. People, if you just glance over when they're flying by you, on 231 to come back from hunting Saturday, 3 or 4 people flew by me, just like that, boom, 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 boom. It's crazy. Okay, got Travis coming tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Always do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.